Hey guys, so today I just kind of wanted to take a look at an overview of this bad boy. This is the Emperor Tuna from Seiko, and the Emperor Tuna is its official or unofficial nickname, if you will, online. This is the SBDX013, which is I believe the latest revision of the all black one. They did make another one, which is the SBDX014, which had the gold nitride coating, and kinda this watch with this finish. So this is kind of the epitome of tunas, in the sense this is the at least for me, I've tried the 300 meter, I've tried 3 1000 meter tunas. I have not tried the spring drive, but I don't feel I'm attracted to that just because it doesn't have the one-piece case. It has a screw down case back, and I've already got a spring drive, so I'm not too worried about owning one. But this one is the automatic Seiko Tuna with the 8L35. I think it's got a 55-hour power reserve, and it is spectacular. So this one, like other tunas, has the titanium case, actually larger than most of the other tuna, ceramic shroud, stainless steel bezel. What's cool in this one is it has a lume plot at every hour marker, and your date, if I can zoom in there, is actually at 4:30. So at night, you see all 12 lume markers. This has the newer hand style hands, which I kind of prefer. I mean, compared to the old vintage style, you can kind of see the differences right there between the hands. Both share the lollipop style on the back end of the seconds hand. This one has a stainless steel kind of finish, and the lume lollipop on the back is kind of smaller, whereas the older reissue style has a much larger pip on the back. Again, ceramic. This one has the Pro Specs X, but it does say Marine Master on the dial, which is kind of what I wanted. I love the Marine Master family. I mean, prior to getting into tunas, I was all about the Marine Master 300. But you know, 300 versus 1,000 meters. Come on, let's all go for the 1,000 meters, right? Why not? This one on the back doesn't say all that much. It just says made in Japan. It's got the movement and the case number. What is another difference between this one that I really wasn't sure how it's going to work out is there aren't integrated lugs on this watch. These actually have small lugs that stick out, and they're drilled. Pretty cool. I don't know if that's visible. Let me get a little more light. So you can see there's lug holes here. And what that does is, because the case back extends a little bit more due to that movement, what happens is these were kind of protruding out. So on the older version of the Emperor Tuna, only one side was drilled, which I guess makes some sense somewhere. Here, both sides are drilled. And what I find is this allows the watch, when it's on your wrist, to have a more natural curvature. And it also pulls the watch closer into your wrist, meaning you're not going to have this monster. I mean, the thickness on this thing is probably 17 millimeters, but it doesn't wear like it's that thick. I've got another Seiko where, because of the lug design, it feels a little bit tall. But I'm going to compare that with the integrated lug design of the 1,000 meter tunas, and you can just see kind of the difference. I have a 7.3 to 7.5 inch wrist. I find this to be very, very comfortable. These are great, not a problem. The only issue becomes is if you have a strap, it has to be really flexible and pliable, which the Seiko strap is. So it works for them, but if you try anything else like an isofrane, it kind of pops up. So what'll happen is it's on your wrist with the isofrane, it'll pop up like that because the isofrane is a little bit bigger, and it won't sit flush. I do have it on an amazing black isofrane, and this one has been Darth modded. It's got the black DLC coated buckle, and why I put them on isoframe is because it's got 2 keepers. I love 2 keepers. I find the Seiko style where you just get the one monster keeper is not as good because it's metal and it'll keep moving. Another cool thing about this one has a super worn-in smooth bezel. And when I was taking it apart, I noticed one thing that differs from all the 1000 meter quartz tunas. These all have 2 click springs, each one taking up half of the perimeter, if you will. This has 1 massive click spring, and it has, I want to say, if I remember, it has 4 click points. I'm not sure how that affects it, but it might just be tolerance-wise. This is a little bit smoother, but I have had 1000 meter tunas where the bezel action is the same. So I'm going to chalk it up to just having tight springs, and it probably will wear out or wear in. Other than that, it's a great watch. It's heavy. I think this one weighs in a little bit more. So I think we were at 114 to 115 on the 1000 meter quartz tuna. This one's around, I want to say 135. I haven't measured it, but that's the number I've got online. And on the isoframe, I think it just works. I feel like a dive strap like the isoframe is exactly where it needs to be. Great watch on the weekends or hanging out, or even I wear this to work, or I will be wearing this to work. I've worn all my tunas to work. So yeah, just another cool watch. And then just another nice shot of that 8L35 automatic moving across. This one definitely has that great Seiko loom. Just going out to get the mail, this thing was charged up. So yeah, I'm very impressed. The other difference I would say between this and the 1000 meter Seikos is, do you see this little cleft? Most Seiko 1000 meter shrouds stop here. This one has this little extra dome that you can see to cover the straps, I guess. Not as bad. And honestly, I feel like everyone needs to try a Seiko tuna just because they get this bad rep online due to their specs, but they wear much, much smaller. This one is like a 52, but it honestly wears like a 44 millimeter watch. I mean, you'll know it's there, but again, look at the lug to lug on this. It's probably like 47, 48. And if I had my calipers here, I'd probably measure it, but yeah, there you go. So this is the Seiko SBDX013 Emperor Tuna.